I did not think I was gonna be doing this again, but you know what? I love it, and you love it, and the person listening to this loves it. No, you probably don't. You probably don't even know who I am. But it is I, Luke Skywalker. I'm just kidding. It's Lad and Luigi here, and we're doing my paranormal podcast because I love all things paranormal, and you guys are. If you guys clicked on this, then you probably love paranormal shit too. So, we are doing this because, shit. Growing up, I went through a lot of stuff, and to this day, I still experience things. So, this is kind of an outlet, for people who are curious about these kind of things and just want to either express themselves, listen to somebody else who may be going through the same things and relate to this. And yeah, that's pretty much all this is for. We're here to talk about scary stuff and maybe have some fun with it. We are actually here with our co-host, Lionheart Plays, aka Humberto. I'm probably gonna be calling him that more than anything, so we'll go with Humberto. How are you doing?
Correction. I am Optimus Prime.
Oh shit.
I'm kidding. How's it going? Happy to be here, as always.
Wait, how would that work? How would a fight between Luke Skywalker and Optimus Prime look?
Optimus will be crushed.
That's crazy to think about, but that's not paranormal. Well, technically, I don't know. Alien robots that can transform, that's pretty paranormal to me.
We got guys with powers that could be almost demonic type things.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy. This is quickly doing a U-turn into like a nerd podcast, but we're going to try to pump the brakes real quick.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to try to say try. And I keep saying try because I cannot stress that enough. We're going to try to stay on topic.
The nerd podcast is for others.
Definitely. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoy the content, are here to stay. We're going to try to keep these episodes 20-minute minimum if we go over because we're excited. Sorry if I don't know if we're ever gonna go less, but we'll see. Starting us off, I think I want to talk about, so I recently showed you this video from Nuke's Top 5. I'm honestly surprised, being like a lover of the paranormal, you didn't know who Nuke's Top 5 was. First of all, that's kind of crazy to me. But I showed you.
Let me go ahead and specify something for everybody before you continue. The paranormal interests me, okay? But it absolutely scares the shit out of me. Okay? I can't. I'm not one that'll go to the movies and watch something like let me put it this way. Paranormal Activity and Paranormal Activity 3 and 5 did it for me. I just said, fuck it. No. Couldn't do it.
So what about 2? You went from 1 to 3 and then 5, so you're kind of skipping the even numbers here.
Well, I don't think I ever saw 4, you know.
Okay.
But number two it wasn't that bad. Number 3 and number 5 did it for me. No, that's just weird. Nope, I'm not watching it. But my point in all of this is that I may be a lover of the paranormal. That doesn't mean that I'm not an absolute sissy when it comes to it. I am.
Well, there you go. We got Sissy Humberto here with us.
I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid to admit it because, listen, how are you going to fight something you can't see?
You use a spectral judo chop, and you break through the barriers of the normal and the paranormal, and you smack a bitch in the neck. Oh, that's all you got to do, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue what you were saying.
No, you're okay, and you are more than welcome to butt in whenever the hell you want. I just hope you know that, because I will ramble on. But as total opposite of Humberto, I love everything horror and paranormal. Like, I literally collect stuff. You can see like Jack and Sally and Boogeyman back in my background. Well, me and Humberto got our cameras on, but I have like a bunch of stuff back here. I got like a collectible of I don't know if anybody out there has seen these movies. They're not, I mean, they're considered horror, but I mean, to today's standards, they're probably like crappy, cheesy movies. But The Puppet Master is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's got like 9 movies, and it was so good. It's
I've never seen
literally like, I guess, quick uh saying of what what it's about. It's basically this guy found like an ancient spell from Egypt, I believe, where he could animate and give life to his puppets. And I guess the military, specifically like Nazi Germany, were wanting this secret so they could use like puppets and stuff as weapons for their own gains. And obviously the guy, he hid the secret until his death. um he actually, I think he unsubscribed from life himself. He pressed the unsubscribe button just to keep that secret. And in the first movie, they he unsubscribed in a hotel, and like, so the whole movie happens in the hotel where some guys go in there and they try to do like a seance. They try to reach out to the ghost and see where he left his work, and the puppets still living there for years with no one disturbing them. They kind of like figure out that they're there for the secret, and they just like start killing people. And it's a great movie. Like, seeing all these little puppets like overtake this humans, kind of like watching Chucky fight someone. But it's multiple puppets, and they each have like their different abilities and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Like, one of them is just a super, like, the main puppet is a fast guy with a knife, and he just like knifes people. I think the most disturbing one is this girl puppet, and her power is she barfs out leeches, and like she kills people by leeching them to death. It's
Damn.
Crazy.
Damn.
But yeah, so I'm
never
like
seen
the
them.
complete opposite. You should. They're not scary at all.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, but like I said, those are those kind of movies where like you kind of have to have that certain palette for it, because I'm sure a lot of people think they're not very good movies. But yeah, I love all things horror. I've had the experiences. I believe fully that these things exist, and I'm not gonna say I'm not scared of them, because it's hard not to be scared of those things, because sometimes they come on very harshly, but at the same time, it's like I'm more than happy to be willing to explore and run towards it instead of running away from it. So
That makes you braver than me, bro.
is it brave or is it stupid?
That is the $1 million question.
That is the question for the millennia. But going back to Nuke's top 5, we watched this video, and it's one of his most recent videos. I think it was from what it is now on April 1st. I think it's 3 videos since his most recent one. So I'm guessing it was like a month ago from now. So somewhere in March he uploaded this. March of 2023. And there's this specific video that I think really made an impact on me. And it's hard for these videos to make an impact on me, first of all, because a lot of things can be fake nowadays. And that's a sad reality. Like, for us who are trying to actually find evidence and are trying to prove that the paranormal is real, having like all these fake videos out there is very detrimental to our case.
Yeah.
To try to prove this. So that, I'm not gonna say it pisses me off, because some videos are really good and enjoyable. But I mean, for all those paranormal investigators out there, it kind of sucks that there's all these fake videos out there, and so now everyone's first opinion of a video is, "Oh, nice faking, bro. Good CGI." Like, that kind of sucks. But that video it's a video taken from a police officer's body cam. Now, that's where I think things get very real, because one, I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to tamper with the video because it's evidence. And two, like, what does the police station from whatever local entity what do they get out of faking like paranormal occurrences for it, right? Like what they have nothing to gain from this. So cop cop paranormal videos I think are some of the most believable, and this was one of those. And I know I showed you it, so
Well,
it was quite disturbing.
yeah. I tend to agree with you. I mean, there's some people, there are some towns that'll probably be like, oh, let's use this to try to boost, the city's economy, because um, there are people who will actually flock to paranormal stuff like this to investigate it. So probably the thing was like, or the idea, at least that I just had in my head was, what if they try to do something like that, where they made it believable, but at the same time, what city was this in, by the way? Do you know?
You know what? I never really did investigate on it, so
Because if
keep
it's a
going with your
big
thought, and
city,
I'll look. Yeah,
yeah, because if it's a big city, then there's no reason for that theory to even just be into play at all. You know, um, you can actually just throw that theory away, which is another reason why I am also inclined to agree with you on that. That paranormal videos tend to be a little bit more believable because they really shouldn't be tampering with the evidence like that.
yeah. But I mean, that also doesn't. I guess. I mean, I guess they can do it. I mean, nobody really knows for sure if they do that, right?
True, but then let's also think about the editing that it takes to actually go in there and put a door in there and make it look believable and stuff. You know?
That's true.
And in the video also, just, and this is just talking about to the video's credibility. In the video, there wasn't any of the screen tearing that you would get from normal interference when the events happened. It was clear as day when you saw certain things unfold. So I don't see how there would be, and if there was editing in there, it was very good editing done. If there
Yeah.
was, but I don't think that there was. That's why I'm inclined to believe this cop video.
Yeah. So, I mean, this goes without saying. One, I'm gonna put the link of this video specifically down in the description. If you guys are coming here and you don't know who Nuke Top 5 is, you should definitely give him a subscribe because he does amazing videos.
Yeah.
They're not very frequent, but hey, when they come out, they're beautiful. So, that way you guys can see it yourself. But I'm also gonna, I guess, go give it a quick run through of what happens in the video, just in case you don't want to go watch that, because I know some people don't like watching this kind of stuff. So basically what happens in the video, and this is let's see, when does it start? I have the video pulled up right now, and it is 16 minutes and 59 seconds into the video. And basically what happens is this lady who owns an Airbnb went to go check out the house. When she came back, she found the front door wide open, and the Airbnb was supposed to be empty. So she was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going in there. Called the cops. Cops got there. She explained what was happening. So they went in to check the house because they have to. So they went in, they checked the bottom floor, and the bottom floor they heard some weird knocking sounds, and they had some radio interference. But the main part is when one of the cops goes upstairs. This is when things start getting super creepy. He's going up, and his body cam starts getting heavy distortion, uh lag, and it just I don't know, the image kind of just distorts.
Yep. Interference.
And he's going up, and when he goes up, it's literally just a door in front of him, and that door just starts to open by itself. And you're thinking, okay, maybe it could be a draft, whatever. A lot of explanations for doors moving on their own. It's been documented. Of that doors randomly do this for no reason at all, apparently. But so he goes up, he checks the room. He's like, okay, there's no one here. And as he's about to cross to go to the next room, that door opens by itself. That's when you're like, okay, maybe this isn't a coincidence. Like, for both doors to do this as soon as he's like looking at them, or, you know, giving that intention of like, okay, this is where I'm gonna go next, for the door to start opening by itself at that moment instead of any time before, it's kind of like the moment is too perfect kind of thing. And so he goes in, checks out that room, and he's like, okay, well, there's nothing here. He starts descending the stairs back to the first floor, and he hears running footsteps just thumping behind him, running towards him. And so freaked out, he turns around with his gun.
Hell yeah.
And he's like pointing at nothing because he's like, oh, someone's rushing me. I'm gonna turn around and shoot some guy. But there's no one there. And that's where the video just really did it for me, because I'm like, okay, like this was a genuine reaction of him. Just, he heard someone running at him, he turned around, and you could hear him like breathing heavily, like he's like scared out of his mind.
That's some scary shit. That was a perfectly normal reaction.
Yeah.
I think the thing that did it for me is the fact that you hear running footsteps right behind you, charging footsteps, if I remember what the subtitle said. Charging
I believe
footsteps. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, and it's something like, again, and I think that maybe goes back to that theory of like, why would the police even try to fake this if anything, this will just, like, I guess make more business for the Airbnb lady, but like what do they get out of it? Like right? It's kind of crazy. And I'm trying to see if in the video if it explains where it was, but I know Nuke's on purpose doesn't say where they're from because he doesn't want people getting unnecessary attention. Like people going over there just to bother them, try to break in their Airbnb or something, to try and, I guess, experience this for themselves.
Maybe. I know that in some excerpts in his videos, and of course I'm not an expert because, like you pointed out earlier, I've only just recently found out about the channel. But if I remember correctly, there's some excerpts where he would say in a small town in Nebraska or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I have the volume off right now. I mean, it's not gonna come out on the actual podcast, so maybe I could hear the beginning intro and see if he says something. Let's see. He just said 2 police officers. Yeah, no, he doesn't even mention.
All right. Well, I mean, like, either way.
Crazy.
Either way, it's some scary stuff. It's some scary stuff. But I think, I don't know if it's in that same video, if you don't mind me talking about another part in the whole of the video.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, like I said, this is the Paranormal Podcast. We were talking about Optimus Prime.
And there's something that I want to show you. I think I sent it to you in a TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I think, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go talk about that TikTok first. Fuck it. No, we'll talk about the video. I don't know. There's so many...
Get used to that.
Yeah. Now check this out. Because whenever and the reason I bring up TikTok, of course, is because whenever I see something scary on TikTok or whatnot, immediately I think of this guy, right? Because I know he likes this shit. So I think of it and I send it to him because at some point in time I want to talk about it. But before we go into the TikTok part, in that same video that we're talking about with the Airbnb and the cop, there was a little girl in a room, right? I don't know if she's playing around or whatever she's doing, but the light starts flickering, and I believe she goes out one door. She looks outside one door. As she's looking out, the other door closes, and then as she goes back into the room, the lights start flickering and the other door closes as well. and she starts to panic and she tries to open a door and whatnot. And as she's panicking, running towards the other door, you see very clearly like a shadowy figure, you know, it's a shadow outstretching what looks like an arm to try to grab her. And it almost gets her until the actual door opens and the girl escapes the room. Now, the video doesn't know if it was her father or her brother that opened the door, and if it did say, I don't remember it. But regardless, it was a pretty scary little thing to look at. You can only imagine how that child must be, because you can kind of feel when something is off, even if you can't see it. I don't think that the child could see it, even if she did turn around and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure she could feel that there was something evil there. You could feel that shit, and so. Yeah, it was just something that the camera picked up and that I saw, and I'm like, ooh, this is some freaky crap. This is some scary crap. So
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with you on that part. You know, they have the tall, I guess, the tall tale signs of like when something like this is happening, of like the temperature dropping, of, you know, us as humans, we have that instinct where we could kind of tell when someone's looking at us. um so it, you know, when your hairs stand up,
oof.
like these entities cause like magnetic waves or whatever. I don't know what science behind is it. Obviously no one's been able to figure that out, but
The
it's
EMF.
kind of crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. That video was very impactful as well. I agree. And that's one of those videos that, like, if it's true, it's like, wow, like I can't believe someone caught this. But at the same time, it's also one of those videos where like someone could have easily faked this. And, like, you know, just to get some views. But the little girl in the video seemed like legitimately scared and like wanting out of that room. So I don't
I
know.
don't,
It's
I don't even see how you could edit something like that in.
and it's
Then
very
again,
crazy.
I'm not the expert. I'm not an expert in video editing to begin with. So
Yeah.
maybe there are ways to edit crap like that in, but uh I don't know. I'm inclined to believe it just because I don't see how. And if there is, again, this is very good editing on their part, but I don't see how they can edit something like that in. Other videos, yeah, I can see that being edited in, but this one and the Airbnb one, that's some real crazy stuff right there happening. I'm inclined to believe it, you know.
Yeah, that's absolutely, I agree. But like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, I knew we were gonna go over 20 minutes, and here we are.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, it goes by fast when you're having fun, as they say. Time is just amazingly fast. But I think maybe we'll save that TikTok for the next podcast episode, because this is getting spicy, guys. That's all I have to say for this episode. So if you did enjoy it, you know, give it the good old thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, so if you want more episodes between Humberto and I talking spooky stuff. And if you didn't like it, then I'm sorry. I'll do better.
if you don't like it, then something's wrong. Then something's fundamentally wrong with you.
What he said. But yeah, if there's anything else you would like to say, Humberto, before we end this episode.
Just my usual little stuff, you know. To make sure you hit the thumbs up, make it turn blue, and subscribe to the channel, so that way you can be, you know, up to date as to when more of these episodes drop. And also comment your favorite part of the video if you have one. If you don't have one, still comment your favorite emoji, because the interaction does help the channel.
Absolutely, and definitely go subscribe to Nuke's. He does amazing content, and go subscribe to Lionheart as well. He has his own podcast of talking about the nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be actually on topic on his channel. So all the links will be down in the description, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this podcast episode, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Awesome. Bye.
Peace.